Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Retire Inspired. Today is my live stream, and I want to welcome Marty Baker to the live stream. I hope you're doing well tonight, Marty. What's happening with you? And also welcome CG Anime Fan. He said that he hopes that everybody's doing well and feeling well, and I hope that everyone is doing and feeling well also. I hope you guys had a great week. I had a really good week. It was really busy. Spent most of my time watching YouTube. I was sick for the first part of last week because whatever I had last weekend when I was on my live stream, it stuck with me through the week. And today is actually the first day that I've had that I've been feeling pretty good in about 3 weeks now because I've been dealing with whatever it was I had. Carol, my wife, thinks it was COVID, but I'm not really sure exactly what it was. But I do know it was debilitating, and it caused me to um, really have some bad sinus infection and some really coughing and sore throat, fever, that sort of thing. It was all week, but it's I'm doing much better. And where is Tig Tig? Tigger is right here in my lap. He's gonna be in my lap. So he is down here making biscuits on my lap tonight. He says hello to everybody. He says, I hope you had a good week. And CG says, I hope that you're okay. Yeah, I'm fine, CG. Thanks for asking. But yeah, today is the first day that I've had in literally 3 weeks since I've been sick that I've actually felt okay. I felt good today, and it was nice to feel good today. I went to church this morning. We had a bring your friends to church day today here at the church where I attend, and so we went to. They had a breakfast for everybody. So we went to the breakfast, and then after the breakfast, we went to the worship service. And then I came back here and did a few listings. And then we went to the commissary and got some groceries, did a little grocery shopping for the day. So CG says, I hope that you continue feeling better. Thank you, CJ. That's very kind of you to say that. And I hope you're doing well also. Badlands Bandit, welcome. Glad to have you in the live stream. I hope you're having a good day, and I hope everything is going well for you. Good to see you on here. So, what did everybody do last week? Did you do anything today that was interesting, or did you go anywhere special this week? What did you guys do? Badlands Bandit says, good evening, everyone. Hope all the retired Inspired Nation is doing well. And CG Anime fan said he's feeling better than he was before also. Well, that is great. I'm glad to hear that. I'm doing something a little bit different tonight. I don't know if you can tell that my picture is a little clearer than it normally is. Let me know if you think it's a little clearer than it normally is. But I was looking back at some of my older live streams, and I noticed that most of my live streams have been kind of grainy. And it's not because I didn't have a good camera, and it's not because I didn't have a good internet connection. I don't know what the problem is. But tonight, I'm actually filming using my phone. And I have my little button microphone over here. So that's what I'm using for the microphone tonight. I'm not using my big microphone that I normally use. So I think that I'm going to start using my phone for the live streams in the future because it seems to be a much clearer picture. When I went back and looked at one I did like 2 years ago where I used my phone, it was really clear. And so that's what I'm doing tonight. So let's see. Invisible River, welcome to the live stream. I hope you're doing well tonight. It's good to have you on here. You said you fixed your well for the third time, so you've been having a time with that well, I know, for at least 3 weeks now. Badlands Bandit never had a bad day. Some are better than others, but all are good. Well, great. I'm glad to hear that. CG said this past week he's been obsessing over the film K-pop Demon Hunters. It's his favorite film of the decade so far. Okay, well, I haven't heard of that film. I might check it out and see if I like it or not. And Outdoors Dreadhead, welcome to the live stream. Outdoors, hope you're doing well. He says he went caving yesterday. Did you put up a short, didn't you? Of your caving, was that from yesterday or was that from a different day? I remember seeing a short come across my feed. So welcome Outdoors, and I hope you're having a great day. Good to see you on here. What did you do today? So, CG says, my picture looks really good. And Badlands Bandit says, is crystal clear. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I think I'll start doing it now going forward. I think I'll start doing my live streams using my phone because I think it makes a much better picture, and it's always better to watch a live stream or anything for that matter with a clear picture. And these little cameras these little microphones that I have do a great job, so I don't think I'll have any issues with the microphone. Can you guys hear those pretty good too? Hear the microphone? And Invisible River says he's getting good at fixing it, his pump. Outdoors, that was from yesterday. He put up a long video today. A long video. Okay, I'll check that out. I haven't seen your long video. It didn't come up on my live feed, on my feed yet. So I'll definitely check that out and we'll see. Marty asked, what is the weather up there like? Well, it's a little bit cooler probably than where you're at. Marty is in South Alabama, and I am in the middle part of the state. Somewhere around Montgomery is like the middle part of Alabama. And we had like 85 to 95 degree weather today. It was dry, no rain. The humidity is starting to get less and less, which is good. I'm glad because that humidity, that's rough here in Alabama. That humidity is really will get you, along with the heat. So you guys might have noticed my beard is continuing to grow. I am growing my beard as much as I can. It's been 2 weeks now since I've shaved, so I'm gonna keep letting it grow. And right now it's at the itchy stage. So for anyone who's had a beard before, this is really the first time I'm actually gonna let it grow completely out before I shave it. Usually I get to where I'm at right now and I get so frustrated with it because it's so itchy that I just go ahead and cut it off. But I'm gonna keep on and let it continue to grow and see what happens. With this clearer picture, maybe you can see it a little bit better than you could last week. But also, guys, I don't know if you noticed or not, Badlands says he thought that no shave was in November, no shave November. And I guess a lot of people do the no shaving in November, but I'm just a little bit ahead of the curve, I guess. By the time November rolls around, I should have a full beard. So I might have to shave in November. I might be the one shaving in November. But I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but on my thumbnail, there was a picture. Let me see if I can pull it up. Guys, I am completely impressed with this thing called Chat GPT. Have you guys heard of Chat GPT? Well, anyway, I went to ChatGTP today and I said, I just typed it in. I said, make me a logo using my image and for my YouTube channel called Retire Inspired. I think that's exactly how I worded it. I said, make me a logo using my image and for my YouTube channel, Retire Inspired. And then it asked me to take a picture or send them a picture of myself. So I sent them a picture of myself, and that is what they came up with. So I'm gonna probably make some adjustments. That's probably not gonna be my final Retire Inspired logo. But I've been looking for a logo for a while now, and you know, I took a picture of myself and ChatGTP produced that image. Can you believe that? Do you have a new Cybertruck? No, I don't have a Cybertruck. If you read in the description part of that video, it says I wish I had a Cybertruck. No, I didn't really. It's like driving a dumpster. It's a dumpster on wheels, a drivable dumpster. Unfortunately, what? That's it. Chat GPT did that. Yes, Chat GPT did this picture, and they made this picture from. And you see, I'm wearing the same shirt. I'm wearing the same shirt in the picture because I took that picture like 4 hours ago, and I said, you know, I just typed in to Chat GPT, create a logo using my image for my YouTube channel called Retire Inspired. So one thing, you know, I take the advice of my wife because any smart man will do that if you have a wife. So what she said was that I need to take a picture for ChatGTP for my logo with my glasses on and with my hat on and with Tigger. She said I need to have Tigger in the picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to ChatGTP again, and I'm going to ask it again to make a logo for my YouTube channel called Retire Inspired using my image. And so I'm going to take another picture, and I'm going to be wearing my glasses, and I'm going to be wearing my hat, and I'm going to be holding Tigger, so he'll be in my picture. Now you're going to find now you're going to find you in an advertisement in China. Maybe me and Xing Jinping or whatever his name is, we can hang out when I go there. Marty says she likes my logo. Thank you, Marty. I appreciate that. And Marty also says War Eagle. By the way, Auburn University won their second game. Of course, they weren't playing a real high-profile team this past week, yesterday, but they won their second game of the season. So far, they're 2-0, and so I'm really happy. Definitely add Tigger. Okay, I definitely will add Tigger to my new logo. And I like your idea too, Badlands Bandit, to incorporate state of Alabama flag, Tigger, and a thrift store. Okay. I wonder if I give that many instructions to ChatGTP if it would do that, and the eBay logo. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. I don't I don't know if it'll take all that, but those are definitely some good ideas. I'm going to definitely put the Alabama state flag in my logo, and I'm definitely going to put Tigger in there. And I don't know about a thrift store, but I could put that in the description and see what ChatGTP does, because guys, I am a little bit scared and also amazed at what the new AI can do. The artificial intelligence with ChatGTP. You can, if you watched my last video that I did, where I came up with 5 reasons why a bad day in retirement is better than a good day at work, those reasons actually came from ChatGTP. Can you believe it? Make it work. Okay, I would certainly give it a good try. So we'll see what happens with that. All that AI is eating up our raising electric prices. Do we have a choice? And unless we all move out to the, off the grid, and we live in tents, or if we live in our vehicles off grid, we're gonna have to contend with AI and all the things that are of this world. But yeah, yeah, we have no choice. It's just gonna happen whether we like it or not. But I'm a little bit amazed, intrigued, and scared about what AI is going to do. I think that AI is going to be one of the biggest things to affect our world, that bigger than anything that we've had in a long time, that will really affect our world. I was watching a video on YouTube the other day. Of course, nobody watches YouTube, do they? About it was actually a 60 minutes piece, and they were talking about what our world is going to look like with AI in it. It's going to be different with AI in it, because AI is becoming intelligent. It's not just artificial, it's actually becoming intelligent. I also I did an AI search on ChatGTP on using my YouTube channel name. I said, tell me about the YouTube channel Retire Inspired, and it actually pulled up everything that I have on my YouTube channel about my channel. It was really interesting. So Marty says, are you tired? Do I look tired? Maybe it's the beard making me look tired. Welcome, Chuck Jacobs. I hope you're doing good tonight. Good to see you on here. How are you? I read your posts about your current medical issues, and I'm keeping you in our thoughts. And my wife and I are both keeping you in our thoughts and our prayers, and hoping for a good outcome with everything that you've got going on with your health issues. So we're definitely keeping you in our prayers and care about you, and we're concerned about you, and hope everything goes well there. Yes, you are actually kind of on time tonight. But I appreciate you being on, whether you come here when we first open or when we're getting ready to close. I appreciate you being on here. Marty Baker says, what has your week been? It's been pretty good. How was your week? Chuck says, thanks. Prayers are always appreciated. Well, I know whenever you have health issues, there's nothing that you can replace good health with. It's always good to have good health and to be able to maintain that. So I guess I'll go ahead and see if I can share some of my other stuff with you. couple of updates on the booth. I put up some, I told you about last week, I put up some string lights, but I didn't have enough to go completely around the booth. But this weekend at a yard sale, I found some more string lights, so I put them up. So now I have enough string lights to go completely around the booth. Again, I was listening to my wife, Carol. She told me I needed to put flashy lights all over the booth to attract the female. She said females get attracted by flashy lights. So, I'm not the one who said it. She's the one who said it. She said that the that the string lights bring people into the booth. So hopefully that will be the case. I hear sirens. Are they coming to get you? No, I actually live pretty close to a local, one of the local hubs for the EMTs. And so they go by here all the time. You'll hear it in my videos when I'm doing live streams. You'll also hear it when I'm doing my videos, sirens going by. So it's just something that I have to contend with. What's that Squid Games poster? That's a Squid Games poster. Invisible River says, I agree. So you're talking about the lights. You agree that the lights bring people in. I'm going to show you some other things too while I'm showing you, doing the show and tell with the pictures. I got these two what are they called? This is Master Chief, and I don't know this one's name, but they're from one of the video games that Xbox has, Halo. So I guess he's one of the main characters, and he's one of the characters from Halo. And so I picked these up at one of the yard sales this weekend for like 50 cents a piece, and I figured I'd put them in the booth and just let them, draw attention for people. But they also, I did price them. I priced them a little bit high. I priced them $12 a piece, but I guarantee you somebody is going to buy them. I also got these plushies. All these plushies came from one yard sale. I paid $5 for all of them. These are Mario Brothers. You got, and I don't know all their names, but they're all characters from the Mario Brothers game. I'll show the video of this. So I got those to put up also. I think the more like characters that I have up, you'll see back here, there's another stuffed Mario, a plushie. And this mask right here is I got at the yard sale this weekend, and I have it up since we got Halloween coming up. But so I've got a couple of things up that from this past yard sale. I put this is, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little character right here where I've got my mouse, and he is from the Airbenders or whatever it's called. I don't know all of the characters, but when I see them, I know what games they go with, and I know that one goes with the PlayStation games. And so I have these characters inside the display cases, and I think it does draw people in. I got that Atari flashback there at a yard sale also, so I've got it for sale. And then I've got a couple little light up candle things that have skeleton heads and candles on top. So these are just some of the things that I picked up at yard sales, and I put them in my booth. And that's what the booth looks like from the front. I think it's looking pretty good. It's getting a little bit too busy. I got a lot of stuff in my booth now. It is really packed, and I'm trying to utilize every bit of space that I possibly can to be able to sell stuff. Now, these little plushies up here on the top, these Mario plushies, I'm not selling those. Those are just for display only. And like I said, that's just to draw interest, make people stop and look, spend more time looking. And that's from the other angle. And I want to tell you something about this little game right here. It's called Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I don't know if you remember those when we were kids. I think they came out when we were like teenagers, when I was a teenager. But you take the robot and you fight with the other robot, you knock their head off. And I have a sign, I have a little thing on here on the very front of this that says, "Do not touch." Everybody that goes by this booth has to touch this thing and play it. It's like they're drawn to it like a magnet, and they just won't leave it alone. You see this other sign right here? It says, "Smile, you're on camera." So I've seen people from my camera. I'd be watching them, and I'd see them come up and start playing the game, and then they'd read the sign, and then they'd see the sign that says, "Smile, you're on camera," and then they would walk away like they, oh, I didn't do nothing. But I also got these three things that are hanging right here. One of them is Frankenstein. One of them is a skull. This one is a skull witch, and this one here is like a vampire. And I got all three of them for like $1.50, and I got them listed in here for $7 a piece. So hopefully I'll make a little bit of money on that. That's the other logo that I when I first went to ChatGTP and I said, create a logo for my YouTube channel, Retire Inspired. That's what they produced. And then that's my picture that I took for this logo. It's amazing. This is my new camera angle. Had a lot of activity at the booth today. This guy bought a picture that I had hanging in the front of the booth.
Literally, yeah.
I picked up this guitar this weekend. And this is one of those Guitar Hero guitars. And this one I bought for $5. And it is worth about $55. So I listed that in my eBay store today. CG says that the Mario plushies look really cool. Thank you, CJ. I appreciate that. Marty says, when is Auburn game on Saturday and who are they playing? You have to look. CG says in his collection, he has plushies of Mario and Princess Peach. Okay. I don't have any plushies of Princess Peach, but I do have the little miniature figures of Princess Peach in my display cases. Is that Mario game? Mario game? No. Bowser and Yoshi, that's right. That looks good, but it looks like a job. Well, you could say it's a job, but I don't feel like it's a job because I enjoy doing it, and it doesn't really take very long to take and put that stuff out. Badland Bandit says, yes, Rock'em Sock'em robots. Yeah, people will just not leave those alone. Invisible River says, human nature. I guess so. They're just drawn to those Rock'em Sock'em robots. They want to play with them, even though it says, please do not touch on the front of them. Invisible River says, camera settings might have been on some other setting. 360 cams are pretty good. Yeah, I know. I don't really understand why that camera is not clearer. It should be clearer. Welcome, THB Fishing for Recovery. How are you doing today? Good to see you on here. He said he missed me at the Rugby Car Show today, yesterday. So that was Saturday. How was the car show? Did you guys have a good time? And was John there from the Appalachian Channel? And did he get did Tiffany present him with something special? She said she was going to. That's that same Guitar Hero guitar. And I had this Google Nest. This is a fire detector, smoke detector. And it's been sitting in my inventory for a while now. So I just pulled it out and decided to list it today. And I didn't know that this thing is worth about $130. I don't even remember how much I paid for it. I'm sure it wasn't. Oh, yeah, it did have a $3 sticker on it. So I listed that thing for $130. I picked this up at another yard sale. It's a Keurig Carafe. I guess you make your Keurig coffee and somehow it diffuses in there. I don't really know how it works, but it's brand new. I listed that today. And I listed that antenna, wireless antenna. And I've had this car radio, this car stereo. I've had this in my store for a long time, and I just pulled it out and decided to get it listed today too. And it turns out these things have a lot of value to them, a lot more value than I thought they did. Invisible River says his 360 cam has a setting for which lens is on. They have covers. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'll have to do some research and see if I can figure out why the picture is not clearer. You can see on my cell phone it is very clear. There's no issues whatsoever. And it's actually easier for me to do this on my cell phone than it was setting everything up with the other system I had. Invisible River says he removed his lens cover. THB Fishing for Recovery, good weekend. Yes, John was there and it rained all weekend. You got there Thursday and stayed till today. So you must have pulled out of there on today. I had planned to go back to Rugby, Tennessee. You guys may remember my video when I went to R.M. Brooks General Store in, I think it was May. It was maybe March or May. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. But I went up there for the car show that they had. I think it was in May, the last car show that they had. And it rained that day also. But they ended up having a pretty decent car show. Did you take any video, THB Fishing for Recovery, when you were there? Or are you going to post any of it on your YouTube channel? I would love to see it. Invisible River says plastic protector makes not as good. Well, they don't put a plastic protector on the lens, do they? See, here's the here's the camera itself, and the lens is right there. I don't think there's I don't think there's any kind of a protector on that lens. Do you? But this is the camera that I normally use when I do my live streams. And now there's no cover, there's no plastic protector on there still. If there was one, it's not there now. And THB says, yes, lot, yes. Lot what? Yes, you made a lot of video and you're going to post it? Invisible River says his did. So let me show you what the flea market has been doing since last week. And what kind of sales that I have gotten in the last week. It's been pretty good. So here are my running sales totals since the 1st of September. I sold 2 Prince albums on the 1st for $61. One was $35, the other one was $26. And then on the 2nd, I sold one of those wrestling figures for $9. On the 3rd, I sold one thing. Well, I sold one thing on the 2nd too, but I sold one car, a Johnny Lightning car. And then on the 5th, I sold a couple of key rings, one for $14, one for $9. And then Saturday was my big day of the week, and that's when I sold a lot of good stuff. Sold 3 DVDs. Actually, I sold 4 DVDs. I have a special going on right now. If you buy one or buy 3, you get one free. So they got one free. They bought 3. And Need for Speed game for the PS2 for $15 and a metal sign for $10. And then let me tell you about this Pepsi metal sign. It sold for $65. I bought this out of another booth for $25. Yep, that's right. I paid $25 for this metal sign, and I bought it out of someone else's booth at the flea market. I'm going to show you guys this sign real quick. Give me just a second. I got to pull it up. So let me show you this metal sign. All right, this is the sign that I bought. And I paid $25 for it. It's a vintage Pepsi Cola sign. And when I saw it there, I was like, there's no way that can be $25, but that's what they were asking for it. So I bought it, and I quickly put a sticker on it that said $65, stuck it in my booth, and it sold on Saturday. THB Fishing says there was a big crowd. Went to Alvin York State Park posting videos, and we went to Forbes General Store. Doug and Tiffany sent us there Friday morning. Okay. Well, I want to go to Muddy Pond and go to the sorghum mill and meet those folks. I think they were pretty interesting when I was watching them on the Appalachian channel. CG says the Pepsi sign looks cool. Thanks, CG. I appreciate that. But yeah, I bought that from one of the other vendors, and I'm going to show you something else that I bought from another vendor, and I put these things on my YouTube. I'm on my eBay, and they sold very quickly also. So, all right, so here's the first thing I bought. I bought this off of another guy's booth, out of another guy's booth, and I paid $26 for it. It's a Jim Beam decanter that is made to look like like an army jeep. And I knew it was cool when I picked it up, but I said, let me get this listed, and that thing sold within 24 hours, and it sold for what I was asking for it. I was asking $59 for it, so it sold quick. And so that's an example of where you can find something that somebody has underpriced. Now, for the booth, it wasn't underpriced for the booth. That was probably a good price for the booth. He probably wouldn't have been able to get what I got for it at through the flea market booth. But let me show you what else I bought from him that I made really good money from. So one of them was this other decanter. This is an old fire pump truck, and my friend Chuck Jacobs, I'm sure he would recognize this as one of the old 1800s fire truck pumps with the pumps on it. This is also a decanter, and this is the other truck that I got from him. These are two old fire trucks. The other one would be like a 1950s style pump truck, and both of them are decanters. And I sold this one for $58 or $59, somewhere around there. I paid $26 a piece for them. And then this other one, I'll go through the pictures. That's what it looks like. And this one sold for $69, and I paid $26 a piece for them. So even you can even go to flea markets and pick up stuff and resell them and make really good money. But I'm sure Chuck would have loved to have had either one of these in his collection. Invisible River says, nice sale. Thank you, Invisible River. I appreciate that. And it did have the original box. THB Fishing says, Friday afternoon, John came to the camper. We talked for a long time. We had 5 campers from Alabama, and he loves the Pepsi sign. Thank you very much. Chuck says, I have that one, the Model A one. Okay. Invisible River. Lots of firemen out there. So Chuck, you're saying you have the one from the 1800s. Is that what you're calling the model? Is it called a Model A? I don't know enough about them, those pump trucks, to really know what they're called. So educate me. But yeah, that was a couple of real good pickups that I got here recently and was able to flip for a profit. Made a little bit of good money on them. That's one thing. Some people may feel like that reselling is a job, and I guess you could turn it into a job if you wanted to. But for me, I just enjoy doing it because it's the thrill of the hunt. Finding the items and then researching them and finding out what they're worth, and then eventually selling them. Like, for example, I'll show you this right here. This guitar. I picked this guitar up at a yard sale. I picked two guitars up together, and this is one of the guitars that I got. It's been sitting around here, taking up space, not getting listed because I didn't want to list it because it's a pain in the butt to ship these things. But I got a box. I got a huge box, big enough to ship a guitar in. And so I said, I'll go ahead and get it listed. I listed this one and I listed another one. But this one, I paid $40 a piece for these guitars. This is an acoustic bass guitar, and it's made by, oh, that's the Yamaha. That's not the acoustic bass. That's the Yamaha. That's the other guitar I had. Let's get to the acoustic. This is it right here. Okay, so this is the acoustic bass guitar, and it's called Ibanez, Ibanez, Ibanez. And it is an acoustic and a bass guitar, and an electric guitar. So, and it's a bass guitar. When I looked this thing up, I was shocked. It sells for about $175, and I got it listed, and it sold within 24 hours. So I'm just lazy sometimes. Okay, Chuck says the truck one. The other one is a horse-drawn steam pumper. Okay, so the truck one is a Model A, and you have one just like it. Needs a case. Yep, it does need a case, but I didn't have one. Yamaha is good stuff. So I paid $40 for each of those guitars. The Yamaha is a 6-string regular guitar, and the Ibanez is the electric and acoustic bass. And that acoustic bass sold so quick. That's good too, Ibanez. Yeah, so apparently there's people that have their feelers out, and whenever something gets listed like that, it automatically pops up in their feed. But they are it's amazing to me that I buy stuff and then I list other stuff and put the other stuff that I've listed off to the side to list another day. And it just sits there for I think that those guitars have been sitting in my inventory for 4 months, not being listed, but I got them listed, so starting to make money on them now, I guess. So I'm going to show you my eBay store. So that's the only thing I haven't shown you yet. I don't think I even shared with you what the eBay store was doing last weekend. So the eBay store is making a comeback. It's really doing well. Unusual Kia thing, they collect it all. Yes, I'm going to post more videos. I do apologize. I haven't put out a video in 2 weeks, which is unusual for me. I usually put one out once a week. And I really wanted to put out a video last week, but I wasn't feeling good, as I've already mentioned. I was really feeling bad most of the week, and so I just didn't have the energy and didn't feel well enough to make a good video last week, so I didn't. But my plan is to get a video out this week. So hopefully I will be able to accomplish that. And so Marty asked, what am I doing every day next week? So that's my goal, is I plan on getting at least one video out next week. But here is my eBay store for anybody that's curious. And my sales for the last 31 days are $4,633. So it has gone up since the last time I showed you my store's activity. It's up 14.7% versus the prior time period. So I'm hoping to get back up in the 5,000 range. So get back into the $5,000 per, for every 31 days. That's what I want to be at. Taxes and fees was $273.25. My selling cost was $1,580. And my net sales, which is what I actually took home, was $2,779.33, with 69 items sold at an average sales price of $67.14. And it looks like video games is still on top, video games and consoles. So it's still taking the lead, but consumer electronics is right behind it. It's almost about to overtake it. And when I say consumer electronics, that would be like TV, video, and home audio, Blu-ray players, and that sort of thing. So the video games and consoles is just barely above that at 54% increase from the last time. And then the consumer electronics is a 538% increase since the last time. 7% of my sales and 8% goes to video games, and 7% also goes to computers, tablets, and networking. I sold an old Apple computer that I've had in my store for a while. It actually sold once before, and it got returned because the person said it didn't work. Well, when I relisted it, I relisted it for parts and repairs, so that if they wanted, and I also put no returns. So it was relisted for parts and repairs with no returns, because I did not want to be shipping that thing out again or receiving it back. But I'm going to show it to you in just a second. And this is the chart over the last 31 days. So I've had a couple of really good days. I had one day of $593.51 on August 28th. Another day of $512 on September 2nd. So I've had a couple $500 days, and most of the days are in the $250 and to $75 range. And this is the store. These are the items I got listed today. So I'm going to show you some stuff that's sold. Today I sold a couple of items. I sold this pair of shoes for $40. It's called Allegria women's nursing shoes. These are real popular with women nurses. And sold a little personal lunch box pail cooler for $13. Sold some Hot Wheels tracks for $38.70. I think I got about $2 into those. I bought those at the thrift store. And this Brother home office PC Connect label printer I sold for $71.10. And I don't even remember where I picked that up or how much I paid for it. But it got a pretty good amount. This Bible got $28.80. It's a brand new Bible. portable AM/FM weather band radio, sold for $20.25, and I got that for a couple of dollars at a yard sale. This Sony DVD VCR recorder combo with remote and AV cable and instructions was sold for $103. I picked that up at a yard sale for $10. This statistics book, it's a college book for business and economics, 12th edition, sold for $21.60. I don't think I even paid for that. I got that at an estate sale. They just had some books laying around. They said, go ahead and take them. And I think this cookbook came from the same place, and it was also free, and it was $22.50. Carol gave me this Jaws 30th edition, because these are DVDs in here, and it was sealed. And I got it listed. It sold within 24 hours for $26.99, and that was something that was given to us, so we don't have any money into that at all. And this Dodge L700 tilt cab truck model I got in Florida when I was down there in April, I think it was, and I paid $5 for it, and it got $48. We got that at a yard sale down there. The Best of Pink Floyd CD got $13. We picked up a whole box of CDs, and so I paid like $2.50 for the whole box, $2.50, not $250. So that box of CDs has been making money for a long time. And I've already shown you this pumper truck from 1867, and it got $67.50. And then this 1930s fire department truck engine for $53.10 is how much it sold for. And then this acoustic bass guitar sold for $234. And this is another thing I picked up down in Florida, this friction powered metal truck. It sold for $62.99. I bought that down there in Florida for like $20. I paid more than I wanted to for it when I got it. But yeah, I paid up for that one. But it did end up bringing good money, so I was really happy with it. These boots, these Dingo Western leather boots for women, I took an offer of $60 for those, and they're tap boots. They're tap dancing boots for women. I picked those up at a yard sale for like $2. This Cuisinart cordless programmable electric kettle sold for $68.40. I picked this up at a yard sale, same place that I was showing you the other thing that I got that I listed today. Picked them up both at the same place. This one sold for $68.40, and I only had like $5 into it. This hat, I paid $1 for. It's a Glock hat with a mesh back and snapback. It sold for $16.20. So turn $1 into $16. I'll take that any day. And these Harley Davidson shoes sold for $40.40. I paid $5 for these at a yard sale. This Kurgo Loft car bench seat cover is brand new, reversible. Sold for $36. I paid $2 for this one at a yard sale. And here is this Apple iMac. It's a 1993. It's called Bondi Blue, even though it looks green on the back. But I'm going to show you what this one looks like. I don't know if any of you remember these old Apple computers, but this computer was left This computer was left in one of the houses that I bought, and I didn't think it had any value at all. But I started just looking it up for just curiosity, and I looked it up, and it turns out that it's worth about $250, whether it works or not. But you can see it starts up. But anyway, that's what the computer looks like. That was a lot of fun to ship, you know. Look at how big, how wide that thing is. And it weighs about 50 pounds. It is a rock. It is so heavy. But this thing looks like it's green, but they call it Bondi Blue. And it has the Apple logo in the back. This was before they had the iMac. I mean, well, this is the iMac, but this is before they had the one that was just a flat screen, and that was the whole computer. But the whole computer is inside this monitor. And Apple was the only ones that came up with that. They produced these computers and put the computer inside the monitor. And I grew up on Microsoft. When I first got my first computer, it was a Microsoft, so I wasn't used to everything being inside the monitor. So when I first looked at it, I thought it was just a monitor. I didn't realize it was a whole computer until I started researching Apple computers. But that is actually an entire computer. Let's see. Visible River says COVID real bad. He's been to enough funeral homes to know as Uber driver. Perfectly healthy people. Then they ain't. Okay. But yeah, so you can see that the eBay sales have been doing really well, and so I've been enjoying, you know, getting those items and listing them and putting them on eBay. And I've also really, as you can tell, I have been enjoying doing the flea market booth. It's still, both of those things are going really well. I'm really happy with them and enjoying them. Looks like I have gone over an hour now. I'm at an hour and 2 minutes, almost an hour and 3 minutes. So I guess I'm going to wrap things up. I want to let everybody know I appreciate you guys being here tonight. Invisible River, Marty Baker, Chuck Jacobs, THB Fishing for Recovery. I appreciate you being on. I hadn't seen you in a little while, and glad to hear about the R.M. Brooks yesterday. I'm glad you guys had a good time. I wish that I could have been there, but I really needed to be here. My wife, her birthday was on the 5th of September, and so so I was here for her birthday, doing stuff with her, and also recovering from being sick. Also want to thank Badlands Bandit and Chuck Jacobs for being on tonight. CG Anime Fan, Invisible River, if I haven't already mentioned you, Invisible River, and of course Outdoors Dreadhead for being on. So thank you all for being here tonight. I really enjoy having these live streams, and I hope that you enjoy them too. And if you do, be sure and thank me by giving me a like and a thumbs up. And if you're watching this after the fact, then leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of my live stream. Let me know if you like it or if you don't like it. And if you don't like it, you know, give it a thumbs down. But if you like it, give me a thumbs up and let me know that you appreciate it. And if you did appreciate it and you'd like to watch more of this, then come back and see me next Sunday. I'm always doing my live stream at 7:30 p.m. every Sunday afternoon, and that's Central Standard Time. So also you can hit that notification bell. And if you hit the notification bell, it'll let you know when I'm putting up videos or whenever I am doing a live stream, it'll notify you. So come back and join me next Sunday at 7:30. And until then, I will see you on the next one. Love you guys. Take care and bye-bye.